The year is 2020. Payday 2 has been out for 7 years and is still getting updates and support. Mods are still prevalent as ever. Time for another mod video, I think. 3 years ago I released useful mods for Payday 2. It did very well, but a lot of the mods I showed have either been implemented into the game, or have been broken by BLT updates, or the mod pages have just disappeared. So I think it's time for an update. Some of the mods on this list were the same as the mods on the last list 3 years ago, and if a mod page disappears or a mod stops working, please let me know in the comments so I can update the list or find a replacement. If you find a replacement for a mod which I've listed as not working, then be sure to leave a comment about it, and I'll give you credit when I update the description with the new link. So here are 10 more useful mods still relevant in 2020, and possibly future years the mods are still working and the game is still alive. Mod list is in the description. We start off with lobby player info. This is an old one, still on the list from last time. It's a simple but very useful mod. I've used it for a very long time and I can still recommend it. It allows you to see what skills people have put their points into, along with which perk deck and its progress. It's a very useful mod for playing with randoms. You can make sure that they're not taking a loud build for a stealth heist or that they're not using a 0 out of 9 perk deck for death sentence. This mod also has the added bonus of being able to see people's hours in-game, doing your back wonders now that you don't have to carry new players while trying to escape from hell. It's also more prevalent now than ever because noobs go back to overkill, or whatever it was last called, has sort of disappeared. That was the main mod for keeping low levels out of your death sentence lobbies and keeping low levels from just ruining difficult heists, so this mod, while not automatically removing people, is probably the next best thing. Money and HUD, a new one to the list. This mod shows you whatever your current take is from the heist, taking into account civilians killed, loose cash picked up, and secured loot. It has some very good placement options, and you can pretty much have it wherever you want on the screen. I prefer to have it right in the centre at the top next to the assault bar, but that's just me. More weapon stats. It shows you more weapon stats, surprisingly. Now you can see things like minimum and maximum ammo pickup for guns, draw and swing speed for melee weapons, and weapon spread for guns. I use this mod pretty much all the time. It's especially good for deciding what gun you want to use if you need to be ammo efficient, and it also narrows down the difference between two seemingly identical melee weapons like the buzzer and the electrical brass knuckles. Through this mod I actually found out that while the electrical brass knuckles follow-up hits are faster, the buzzer has a quicker draw speed and initial hit, which is why I prefer to use it. Steam profile redirection. You click someone and it takes you to their Steam profile so you can snoop around and be nosy. Stop the Crimespree loss on crash. Especially useful for exceptionally high crime sprees. Payday 2 is not exactly what I would call a stable game once you start involving mods, so this will make sure that you don't lose your hard-earned crime spree to random crashes. Useful perk deck descriptions. Nicely summarises what each perk deck does and actually gives you a few extra stats for some perk decks which aren't displayed normally. Useful for choosing a perk deck without having to read all of the cards and for defining what the game actually means by any vague statements like a chance. Void UI is a compact, sleek and simple HUD mod. It's my personal favourite. It's very minimalistic and summarises everything in a very easy to read, nice to look at way. It even displays things like body bags remaining without having to hold tab. Although it did take me a surprisingly long time to work out that's what this number represented. This UI has everything you need if you like a basic compact HUD that doesn't fill up the screen with boxes and numbers. However, if that sort of thing is up your alley, Wolf HUD, the classic HUD mod that everybody and their mum knows. If you've played with mods in Payday 2, chances are you've either heard of, have used, or are using Wolf HUD. It's probably the most popular HUD mod out there and it offers a whole host of customization options. There are numbers and counters for everything, or nothing if you choose. If you've never tried using this mod, then maybe now is the time to give it a go. It'll take a bit of time to get it set up the way you want, but by having so many customization options it means you can basically make it work any way you want. Freeflight Camera. This one was another one from the last list and it still holds up today. This mod lets you no-clip your camera around the map, making it especially useful for screenshots from places you wouldn't normally be able to go. It gives you the ability to manipulate time, so now you can do things like freezing time to get an action shot while nobody is moving, or slowing it down to get a good cinematic shot. An especially good mod for those who like to take screenshots or short videos of specific areas in Payday 2. Custom FOV, it's about as self-explanatory as it seems. It gives you a larger range of field of view options to choose from. Payday 2 does have FOV options in its settings, but they're not very in-depth. So if you can't find an option to your liking, then this mod has you covered. And the final mod on this list is enhanced menu animations. Is it useful? Not really, but look at Dallas jamming out over here and try and tell me this mod isn't worth it. And that was my list of useful mods for 2020. If you enjoyed, dropping a like would be very much appreciated, and if you want to see more Payday 2 content, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I've been Epixwell, have a good one.